pressure, but don't push me. Fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights, just a hit. I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking. Welcome to the rodeo. Shit that happened, I was by the stove. Big inside this cases. One by myself. Rather do this alone. I wasn't asking for no help. Hard for the seat, and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone. On my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life. Can't sabotage.
All right, Coach. EA Sport Air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. Guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Black 22! Black 22!
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Come back, come back! Hey, blue 80! Blue 80!
On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Out of the gun, Watson. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Richmond! Come back!
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. A handoff to Fournette, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Dumps it off to Fournette, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
No, check, Patriot!
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football.
Come back, come back. Hey, blue 80, blue 80. Come back, come back. Two jet.
On second down, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. He's got a man, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Hey, black 22. Black 22. Tiger.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
They'll run with Henderson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
They'll try the air now with Watson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to have a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson, eluding the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Detroit! Detroit!
second down. Here's Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side, but the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield, otherwise that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll run it here. Room to run past midfield. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Fournette on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening.
Right, now,
still ended up with a solid game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He'll field this at the 5. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Watson now to throw. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson is going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Buying time to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Watson on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. The final shot before the break. Watson steps away to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. To return it is Corey Grant. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Fournette, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit. Hot.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Gone.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
All right, now, lucky 56. Gone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
No
yardage. Okay.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. He'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
The pressure there was definitely enough to make him alter his throw, because if he had had time, he had a man wide open and had a chance to get it to him.
Yeah, I think if he had just another split second, that's a completion and a touchdown.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd down, it's Grant. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. He'll look to throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Watson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Henderson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson escaping the pressure right. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up,
Here's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Black 22. Black 22. Switch. Richmond.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Yeah, baby.
Again, it's Henderson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10.
Green 39.
On the carry is Henderson, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break for it.
Love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Blue 90.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Black 22. Black 99 Philly.
Now Henderson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Hey, green the line. Green the line.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now out come the Jags. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Through the contact. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football. And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown? Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Detroit! Detroit! Over, 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 over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Check, check.
they try the right side here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back to throw. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Over.
Middle, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Corey Grant with time running out, and the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance, and let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road, want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
All right, here we go. 319.
He's back to throw, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
One of my favorite expressions is that fortune favors the bold. This seems foolhardy, though.
Oh, it seems very foolhardy. All you had to do was kick the PAT, extend the game.
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense there, did it? I mean, I just don't get that at all because the risk-reward, it just wasn't there.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, Charles.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I